अन्नाद् भवन्ति भूतानि पर्जन्यादन्न संभवा यज्ञाद् भवन्ति पर्जन्यो यज्ञ कर्मा samudbhava. So today we shall be discussing Bhagavad Gita chapter 3 and verse number is 14. As you know, Sri Krishna is speaking about Karma Yoga and Yajna. So we have to understand this concept very nicely. Previous verse, Krishna told that if you eat anything without offering it to the Lord, it becomes sinful. So somebody may ask, why it's so? In today's verse, Krishna is explaining the secret that all living bodies subsist on food grains, which are produced from rains. Rains are produced by performance of yajna, and yajna is born of prescribed duties. So as it is known to you that in order to please demigods, some yajnas are performed, and when it is performed for the pleasure of Lord Vishnu, that is actual yajna. So whatever offerings we made in yajna in the form of ahutis, we first chant Om. Om Ganpataye Namah, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Chamundaye Namah, Om Agne Namah, Om Vayu Namah, Om Indraye Namah, Om Chandraye Namah. So like that. So there are so many mantras where a particular demigod is offered the results of sacrifice. First Om is chanted. So Om is a representation of Lord. Of course, it's a impersonal representation, but actually it is a representation of Lord Vishnu. So when Om is chanted, this is understood that it is first, or any offering, it is first taken to the Lord, and after that, that particular powerful being, Devata, he accepts it on behalf of the Lord. So this is an ideal system. So we cannot sustain without food grains, and we are completely dependent on rains for our grain. Grain is not manufactured in factories. Grain is only turned to a different shape in many biscuit factory or cereals factory, whatever it is, but it is directly given to us through the system of demigods, and these rains are produced from the yajna. Yajna, as I told you, the activities for pleasing the Lord or activities pleasing the devatas. So when devatas are pleased, they arrange the rain, especially Lord Indra. It is his department. One time Indra was got very puffed up, got lots of pride in him. You see, this material nature where we are living, it has a particular quality. It is hard to believe, but it is a fact that whenever we receive more and more and more, unless we are very careful, so if we receive more and more, we become arrogant. We develop haughtiness, we develop pride, we develop ego. So this is the nature. If you get more and more money, then money will have an influence on our whole personality. Similarly, if we become more intelligent, more powerful, more beautiful, then it will contaminate our being human status. It is contaminate our pure nature. So in order to be really protect ourselves from these base qualities, we must cover ourselves with the fence of devotional service to God. The fence of devotional service is so much needed that if it is not there, then we become a very dangerous, complicated, complex personality. And this world is filled with such people. That is why they say that a person who gets a real friend is very lucky. A person who gets an obedient son or daughter is very, very rare. And dedicated wife or husband, it is very rare indeed, because people have not protected their consciousness through devotional service to Krishna. And people are so busy. Srila Prabhupada used to say that no time generation. And I have seen a advertisement where it say, uh, no tolerance. People can hardly wait for buffering. So it is becoming really, really complicated whole system. So the whole idea is, and the main point is, that we must protect our consciousness from the negative, from the lower traits, and we should always be high in our spirit, in our thinking, in our attitude. This is important. So what is that? How can we do it? It is very simple. We have to first study, understand the nature of this world and this nature of the spirit. We have to understand the difference between matter and spirit. We have to understand that matter is always changeable, matter is lifeless, and we, soul, is not changeable. So this difference has to be very well understood by the person who is interested in real happiness. So now, despite that, presently, as we know, we are conditioned in this living this body. So as soon as soul is trapped in this body, it is under the laws of nature. So laws of nature are working on us. So we become old, we become disturbed, we are afflicted by diseases and heat and cold and so many adi devik, adi bhautik. There are so many klesh, miseries which are given to us. So we are conditioned. We are not free. Okay, but I want to be free. I want to be blissful. So what to do? Then I have to understand that even though I am conditioned, this conditioned stage has three levels. One is the level of ignorance, where conditioning is very strong. The ropes are very strong. And then there is some little less condition. It is mode of passion. And very loose is mode of goodness. So if we come in the mode of goodness, then we can very easily take off these shackles and get free. From mode of goodness, it is easier. It is not that you can break the mode of goodness. You cannot break it. But it is easier to get out of it. So in the mode of goodness, if we practice devotional service to God, if we practice bhakti to Krishna, then at bhakti we can break it. So what is the instruction for people who are in the conditioned stage? So you have to act in both the angles, in both the path. First, perform your duties without any expectation of result. Just because it is your duty, do it nicely. So that will bring you to the stage of goodness. and side by side you perform the religion of the soul. What is it? You chant the name of Krishna, you hear the glories of Krishna, you decorate Krishna's deity, you engage some money in the service of Krishna, you engage your body in the service of Krishna, you serve the devotees of the Lord, you take shelter of a spiritual master who is in love with Krishna, like that. So there is a spiritual some rules and regulations which you can follow, plus you can do your bodily duties, your family duties honestly without expecting any result, and both these simultaneously performing these activities will set you free, will set you blissful. This is what this verse is saying, that your duties, your prescribed duties, they are very important, because from there yajna comes. When you do your duties perfectly, it is a yajna that will please Lord, that will please devatas, and when you're doing their duty, the rain will come. So here the example is of rain, but actually everything will come. Wind will come, money will come, friendship will come, compassion will come. So everything will come. The rain is just an example here, because Krishna talked about food, so that's why he's talking about how food has come. So everything else. So knowledge is there. Instead of rain, you can say knowledge. You can say money, wealth, you can say. And all the devatas, whosoever is there, wife is there, children are there. Just replace this rain from children. Replace this rain from friendship. Music is there. You can just replace the rain from music. The spiritual music is there. So everything. So it is the duty of the devatas to provide you everything you need to serve Krishna, to serve your family. So this is the science you should understand. So everything is in our hands. Our duties are hand. It is your duty to study. It is your duty to serve. It is your duty to be obedient. It is your duty to be humble. It is your duty to be helpful. Everything. It is your duty to be truthful. So everything is there in your prescribed duties. So do your prescribed duties nicely. That will please the demigods in the form of yajna. They will procure everything you need, like rain, and from rain comes food. So the whole circle is complete. So this is the science which you should immediately start practicing by chanting the name of Krishna. Everything will be perfect. Hare Krishna.